Welcome, everyone. My name is Drew Smith. Today, I will be interviewing Mike McKee. Mike works in facilities management for the university, and today we will talk about dorm safety on the campus. All right, Mike, can you introduce yourself to the audience and tell us what you do in particular?
Sure. My name's, like I said, Mike McKee. I work for housing operations. I'm the director of housing operations. I oversee maintenance, housekeeping, furnishings, appliances, basically all the physical assets of the university within housing and food services.
So, what has your experience been like in, working with everything, that's going on?
Um, it's been good. It's been good. I came here to the university in '06 and haven't left. So it's certainly been an enjoyable experience. This last year has been challenging, no doubt, but we've got a great staff, and the students have been great, and it has been challenging, but certainly rewarding at times as well.
And like you said, it's been challenging, and with some research I found, there's been issues, with mold, flooding from bursted pipes, in particular with the recent snowstorm. Were there any particular issues, and even the storm back in last semester? Have there been any structural issues or anything?
The storm definitely causes some issues. We had, I think, almost 20 pipe ruptures due to the storm over that like 7 to 8 day window. It was nothing that we hadn't seen before, but just the vast quantity of it. Usually we'll have a major flood. I don't know, once every week or two, but to have that many so quickly was definitely challenging. But once again, great staff. The rapid response is really what it's all about.
Yeah.
We get there, get the water cleaned up, make sure the students are taken care of, find them a new space if needed, while we get the maintenance taken care of. That's what's key. And I think that's what, we had a lot of issues, but overall, I think we were really successful with combating that and doing so relatively quickly.
Yeah, I never lived in the dorm, so it's just interesting hearing. I'm a transfer student, so just hearing some of the stories about, it's crazy, but seems like you all could come together and seems like there's never been issues trying to accommodate for what happened. So
Definitely. And what was unique about the storm was, so in the residence halls right now, each room has a direct vent to the outside. So we're just constantly bringing in fresh air to every room, which is always good, except when that air is -5 degrees. So bring that air, that's what kind of froze up our coils. And so not only do you cause a flood, but at the same time you lose your heat. So it's kind of a double whammy. We got through it, and I would say 95% of all the repairs due to the storm have all been taken care of.
that's pretty good. So I was reading also, OU Daily released an article about the president possibly replacing the dorms, with Adams being built in 1964, I'm pretty sure, and Couch and Walker in 66. So do you think it's just the age of the building that's causing the issues, or is it more than that? And just equipment inside is, I guess, failing, I guess you could say. What do you think?
Oh, well, you mentioned the new housing. Super excited about that. So the Board of Regents approved that earlier this month, and we'll be meeting have our kickoff meeting with the design team later this week, or I'm sorry, later this month. Have two architecture firms partnered together, nationally recognized firms. That it's going to be a great endeavor, no doubt.
Yeah.
To answer the second part of your question, the issues we've had in the residence halls, they're an aging infrastructure, no doubt. So we've had issues just like any other old residence halls would. And the reason for it, I think you nailed it. Just an aging infrastructure. Not not so much failure of the systems, but more of kind of some of the piping, things like that. And part of the problem is, I would say problem, but part of the issue with that is the design. In 1960s, building designs looked a lot different than they do now. And so we've learned a lot, through the engineering and architecture and the materials and methods that we use. All of that has continued to improve. And so some of the things that we can certainly fix, other ones are kind of tied to the overall structure itself that make it much more difficult.
So yeah, because I mean, I never really could find too much. Like, I'm sure there've been upgrades, but you'd say it's probably better just for them to start new, and instead of having to keep upgrading and with the, as you said, aging infrastructure.
Exactly. Yeah, and there have been remodels throughout the years. A really significant remodel in the three towers was between 2005 and 2009. A lot of the aesthetics and also infrastructure were replaced at that time. But over the last few years, we've been doing our cost benefit analysis, and we looked at it really hard. Does it make sense to do another remodel, a much more significant one? They're structurally, we're talking about, they're just concrete towers. They're really structurally sound. So I mean, it would be possible to do a significant remodel there. So going back and forth and the cost benefit of it all, we decided it's best to move forward with new construction.
Yeah. Is there anything you would like to add, or as far as, I guess, future, like what we can kind of expect?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Just looking forward, like I said, really excited about the new housing. There'll be a kind of a phased project that we don't anticipate. We're not going to lose any beds in the meantime. So we'll build new, and then students will move over there, and then we'll just demolish one tower. It's really looking like Adams is going to be the first one to go down. That's the majority of our issues are. But the towers they've got a few more years in them, no doubt. That we're continuing to do upgrades. We just did a significant air test and balancing upgrade this past year. That's really been helpful, and they'll be a good place to live still, for the years ahead until we can get all these new buildings built.
All right, guys. I appreciate everybody watching this. Mike, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.